So rocking side to side, get your lower back all loosened up. I got 2 sets of dumbbells here because I can't decide if I want to have heavier or lighter. So we'll see. We got some new exercises today. So as you're rocking side to side, you can do circling motions, whatever you want to do. Try to make sure that your shoulders are staying relaxed as we go through this warm up. And you can have your right knee to your chest. Left leg would be out straight. And we're going to go side to side here. Right? And you're thinking of bracing your core. Right? And there's nothing too crazy about the workout today, I don't think. I don't know. Bunch of new exercises to try, so they could end up being really crazy, and we'll be like, oh my gosh, what is this? How many videos did she watch? Franklin wakes her up at 4 a.m. and all she does is watches Pilates. What's wrong with her? You're gonna go one more to each leg. Then you're gonna have one leg up straight, grab behind that hamstring or calf, and we're gonna alternate here. Right, so taking your time. If your hamstrings are really tight, pay attention to your shoulders, right? You don't have to be all locked up and tense, right? Nobody wants to be tense anymore. You know, it's Friday. Relaxed Friday. That's what today's workout's going to be. We're going to get so relaxed that you're going to be like, did I even work out? I can't tell. You're going to go one more to each leg. Then we're going to relax our legs down, and we're going to go into some core bracing moves. So we're keeping our lower back down. You're just going to alternate marching your legs towards you. Right? So it's not a crazy challenging move. The hardest part is just keeping your core tight, right? So make sure you're not just laying there like this, right? Actually put some effort into it and brace that core because we're going to add to it. You know it. I know it. Okay, nice and controlled, and you can keep your head down. If you like to have your head up while you core brace, that's okay too. You can. It's up to you. So on this next motion, you're going to keep your right leg in tabletop, and you're going to have your hands behind your head. You're going to crunch and kick out. And then come right back. So we're going to crunch and kick and back. So this is slow and controlled. Every time you kick out, point your toes, squeeze your leg, hold for about a second, and come back. Right? So you want your body to connect on this movement. You want your core and your leg to connect in that action. We're going to go 3 more. Here's 1. Coming back. Here's 2. And back. Here's 3. And back. And we're going to relax. So right leg is down, left leg's in that tabletop. We're going to crunch and kick, come back, right? Crunch and kick, come back. So really focus on pointing that toe, squeezing that quad, pushing that back down. And we're going to go for about 3 more here. So here's 1, here's 2, here is 3. So go ahead and relax your head down. We're going to bring our legs into a tabletop position. Okay, so we're bracing that core again. We're going to inhale in, exhale, we're kicking both those legs up nice and straight. Inhale, coming back, right? So same thing, if you want to hold a crunch, you can. I'm not going to, but if that makes your dreams come true, you hold that crunch, right? So same thing here. Every time those legs kick up, you really want to stretch out those hamstrings, point those toes, squeeze those legs, and when your legs go up, your core should be on, right? Of course. Okay, so just nice and controlled here. We're going to go for about 5 more, or you can go at whatever pace feels good to you. I'll tell you when to transition to this next move. So we're going to do 3 more here. So here's 1, here's 2, and on this next one, you're going to keep those legs up, and we're going to crunch, right? So we're lifting up and back. So if your back was really tight today, put one foot down, right? Just focus on that core bracing. Try to have those legs be as straight as possible, right? Straight, straight, straight legs. Okay, we're going to do 5 more crunches here. Here's 3, here's 4, here's 5, and you're going to relax on down, and you're going to go to your side. What? We haven't warmed up on our side in ages. We really haven't. So you're going to be on either side. We're focusing on our hip, pointing out toe, we're lifting our leg up and down. So as you do these, it's easy to want to kind of just look like you're watching Netflix. Try to stay upright. You can even be down on your arm as long as you're not just slouching like this, right? So put effort into your posture. Okay, so we're warming up our hips here just a little bit, if you couldn't tell. Hips and core. That's the best workout you can do, right? So you're going to add a half rep to this and kick. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down, half up, down, all the way up. Down, half, down, up. Down, half, down, up. So just nice and controlled, right? Trying to point that toe, and you want to make sure your ankle your knee and your hip are all in a straight line, right? You don't want to look like this. Don't be doing something weird here, you know, right? And it's just that 1 and 1/2 reps. So now we're just going to do that bottom half. So it's half, bottom, half, bottom, half, bottom. So kind of like a pulse, but a little bit of a bigger movement, right? Half, bottom. So lots of control. Once you start to have to control a small movement, guess what happens? You start to burn. So if your hip isn't burning or glutes aren't burning, something might be wrong with you. I don't know. Might need to get that checked out because mine's burning, right? Okay, we got 10 seconds here, and then we're going to switch legs. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Ooh, that burned up nicely. Okay, so on your other side, remember, watch that posture. Leg is just kicking up and down. So pointing that toe, right? Make sure you got a nice straight line all the way from your ankle to your hip. Okay, and you don't have to add in that half rep. We're just getting you used to this move. And isn't it crazy? It already burns on this side. What? I don't know. Couldn't explain it to you. Okay, so now we're going to add in that half rep. You're going to come down, half, down, up, down, half, down, up, down, half, down, up. Right, so it's just nice in control, right? Down, half, down, up, down, half, down, up, down, half, down, up, right? So keeping that leg nice and straight, right? Your body shouldn't be moving. And after this next one, we're just doing the half. So you're down, half, right? So make sure you're doing half. You're not just like bouncing here. I want you to actually put action into that motion, right? You have to control it. It should be burning like crazy, of course, right? You wouldn't want to do it if it didn't burn. Think about that. Okay, we got about 5 more seconds here. So we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you're going to relax. So now we're going to be in a seated position to warm up our core and our back here a little bit. So we're going to have our knees bent. You're going to be up nice and tall. We're going to do a reverse sit-up, right? So you want your eyes to look up where the wall and the ceiling meet. You're going to tilt back. You'll come right back up. So keep these knees bent, right? We want our core to be nice and tight. If your back was sore, you could put a pillow, a blanket, or a Pilates ball right behind that lower back, right? So if you have something behind your back, just make sure that you've got constant contact with it, right? You won't want to sit up all the way off of it. Okay, and we're not doing too many motions like this today, so don't let this scare you, right? It just warms up your hip flexors and quads really well. Okay, so on this next one, you're going to stay back, and we're going to go alternating arms coming up straight. So you want to go slow and controlled. You're not doing karate chops. Try to get that arm as close to your ear as you can. We're going to go 5 more, and then we're going to go wide. There's 2, 3, 4, here's 5. Arms are center, and you're going to alternate with those arms going wide. So one arm and then the other, right? So you stay looking forward, right? Your arms just going as wide as you can. We're warming up those shoulders. Lucky us. Okay, we're going to go 5 more. Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Here's 4. Here's 5. And you're going to relax. Okay, so we're going to grab one dumbbell, and we're going to be on our side. So for this, we are going to do weighted clamshells. What? Right? So you have 2 options. You can have your weight tucked behind your knee, but you have to be able to squeeze it, or you could simply place that weight on top of your knee, or like not your knee, your quad, and your hand holds it there, right? And on this clamshell, we're not going to have our feet touch, right? So you can have your weight on top of your leg, or it can be behind that knee, and you squeeze and lift. Okay? It's that simple, right? Ready? Let me get my watch ready. And go for it. Okay, so if you're holding that weight, you're really squeezing that leg back, right? And we're lifting up and down. If you feel like your weight doesn't want to stay behind your leg or it hurts your knee, remember, you would just put it right on top of your leg, and you're lifting up and down, right? Weighted clamshells. Make a dream come true, okay? Just nice and controlled. Make sure that you're breathing, right? You're thinking of your posture, and you're thinking like, man, what can make clamshells meaner? Well, you figured it out. Okay, we got a whole minute here. So nice and controlled. It's not fast, right? Our feet aren't staying together, just so you have to use that hip a little bit more. Okay, we're over halfway. So that's good news, right? right? And we're lifting up and back, up and back. Isn't this delightful? It sure is. You are right, okay? So nice and controlled. We got 10 seconds, right? Lifting up and back, woo! We got about 3 more here. So here's 1, here's 2, here is 3. You're gonna relax, and of course we're going to the other side, right? So on this side, I'll show you it with it on top of my leg, right? So you have it on top of your leg, you just hold there, and you're lifting up and back, right? So it doesn't have to be behind your knee, right? It feels about the same, I think. I forgot to start my watch. Okay, but just trying to keep that weight basically glued to your leg as you lift up and back, right? And that knee is bent, your clamshell, but your feet are actually coming apart, okay? Typical clamshell, you'd have your feet together, but since we have a weight, we want to get a big range of motion, okay? So this time, remember, I'm showing you with it on top of my leg instead of behind my knee. So then you can't be like, what? It didn't feel the same. I think it feels the same. This feels just as hard to me. I think it's burning just as much, okay? So if you don't have it behind your knee, don't feel like you're missing out on much because it's pretty evil still. Okay, nice and controlled, right? This just kind of gives you an idea of all the fun hip work we're going to do with our weight, right? Because you could do this with your body weight, but that'd just be too easy. We don't want to make things too easy for you. Okay, nice and controlled here. Right, we're almost there. Then we're going to go to a side plank type move. Okay, 2 more. Here's 1. Here's 2. Okay, setting that weight down. I'm going to grab a lighter weight. Okay, so we're going to stay on the side you're on. With your top leg, you're going to have it behind you. Okay, so you have 2 options of how you can do this move. Option number 1 is going to be a little bit harder. You would be up in a side plank. You'll bring that bottom leg down and in. Okay, that's option number 1. Option number 2 is you would keep that hip down, right? And you'll bring that leg in and back. Your hip just isn't up off the floor, right? You could even do a straight leg if you wanted to. Okay, we ready? Go for it. Okay, so here's your modifier. You could do a straight leg and bring your weight to it. Okay, you could do bent, or if you're real crazy, you're up off that hip, and here we are, right? I'm crazy with you. Okay, nice and controlled. Keep on breathing, right? Extending that leg, right? If the weight feels like too much, you know the rule, don't use it. Okay, keep on moving. Almost there, 2 more. Here's 1, 2, and you're gonna relax. We're gonna go to our other side. Okay, so same setup, that top leg is bent behind, other leg is out straight. Okay, and you can do your modifier with a straight leg, a bent leg, or you're up tall and we're reaching. Okay, so nice and controlled, right? I told you new moves. This one's kind of crazy looking, right? But Pilates is kind of crazy sometimes. Okay, nice and controlled, taking your time. Modify if you need to, right? It's still hard even if you modify. I promise. 2 more. Here's 1 and 2, and you're gonna relax. Okay, we're gonna go back to hip work. So you're gonna have your dumbbell. I'm going back to my large one. Okay, now it's gonna be just on top of the side of your leg, and we're lifting up and down. So pointing our toe, kind of like during warm up, we just have a weight now. Ready? And go for it. Okay, so that weight is still on our leg. We're lifting up and back, right? Pointing that toe. Okay, you want to keep the weight glued to your leg, right? Yeah, I think I said that right. Words, right? Okay, nice and controlled. Doesn't have to be fast. Remember, you're adding a weight. It's going to burn more. If you need to be down lower, that's fine, right? So your right arm isn't really holding the weight. Or right leg if you're on it. Your top arm isn't holding that weight too much. It's really your leg that should be supporting the move, right? Sure. Right, and doesn't this just look relaxed? I look relaxed. Doesn't even burn. I'm just kidding. The second 30 seconds is pretty brutal. I won't lie to you, okay? So try to keep those shoulders relaxed, right? When we do things that start to burn really bad, guess what's the first thing to tense up? Our silly shoulders. Okay, keep on lifting. Ooh-wee. Keep on breathing. We might not be able to walk today. 2 more. 1 and 2. All right, other leg, thank goodness. Oof, that couldn't come soon enough. Okay, so up on top of that leg, and we lift. Ready? And go. Right, so as I'm holding it, I kind of have my top arm nice and relaxed, my elbow is bent. In the first 30 seconds, I feel really happy. Second 30 seconds, I'm going to start thinking I'm kind of crazy, and I'm going to try to make my watch stop early for us. I'm just kidding. I like the burn. I'm one of those. Burns so good. Don't you guys think so? I think so. Okay, we got 30 seconds. I'm just adjusting my watch. You don't want me to count to 30 seconds. Okay? All kinds of crazy. Right? And look how simple this is. You're working your legs like crazy, and it looks so simple. How cool is that? Remember, you can come down lower if you need to, right? No matter where you have that weight on the top of your leg, it's still going to burn. You're still lifting it, right? You're basically adding 10 pounds to your leg here. So think about that. If your leg was 10 pounds heavier, this is what it would feel like. Okay, we got 2 more. Here's 1. Here's 2. And relax. Okay. So this next move is going to be a core move with no weight. Okay. If you wanted a weight, you could, but I wouldn't recommend it. So we're going to do a frog kick, but we're going to add to it. Okay. So this is how we're going to start out. You'll have your hands behind you. We'll kick out and tilt and come back in. If you need to modify that, you'll do 1 leg at a time, right? So you'd be here. Okay. If you're not modifying, you're here. Okay, and then we're gonna add to it, of course. Okay, so what we'll do after 30 seconds is we're gonna kick out, you'll come up, down, back in. So if you're modifying, it'd be the same thing there. Okay, so 30 seconds regular. Ready? And go. So we're just kicking out, coming back in. If you need to put your feet down in between each one, you can do that too, right? Take your time. This is another one. If you wanted to put something behind your lower back with your hands there, by all means, do it. Okay, take your time. It's gonna burn your quads. It's gonna burn your hip flexors. That's all normal, right? Because you're using them. Nice and control here. Okay, right? I'm bending my elbows, coming back. My shoulders aren't tensed up, right? The ground isn't gonna save you. Okay, so now we're gonna add in our second part of this move. Okay, so we're gonna kick out, lift up, come back, bend in, right? Kick out, lift up, come back, bend in. If you're doing 1 leg at a time, that's fine, right? You'll do those same motions. You can even alternate, okay? So nice and controlled, right? Take your time with it. This is not a move that should be done quickly. There's a lot to this move. It is very challenging, okay? Keep those shoulders relaxed, right? Keep breathing through this movement. Okay, we got 2 more. Here's 1, coming back. Here is 2, coming back. You're gonna relax. Okay, so now the fun part is that we're gonna work our quads more. Okay, so we got our dumbbell. We're gonna be in the same position. We're gonna have our left knee bent. Our right leg is out straight. You're gonna put that weight on your quad. You're gonna have your left hand by your side or behind you, and we're gonna raise and lower our right leg up and down. So same thing, if you need something behind that back, do it, okay? Ready? And go. So we're lifting up and back, right? So let's say your weight feels like too much on this. Take the weight away, do it without, guess what? Still burns, okay? So don't feel like you have to pick your foot up way, way high. I want you to control your leg on the way down. So don't just lift and flop your leg, right? We're not floppy. Okay, nice and controlled. Lifting up and back, okay? This one's a harder move, I know. I get it. Your core has to work too. Okay, we're gonna go 5 more. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so now we're gonna do our other leg, right? So we got left leg, right knee. I'm just turning so you can see my body. Okay, so here we are. Ready? And left, right? Point that toe. You're using your core. Make sure you're breathing, I hope. right? You could gently have your right hand on your right knee, or it could be on the ground. You could even kind of go down to your elbow as long as you don't lean towards the side, okay? But it's not so bad, right? We're just barely starting to sweat. Yeah, I'm barely sweating, just barely. Okay, we got 2 more. Here's 1, here's 2, and you're gonna relax, okay? So we're back to our back. You are gonna have 2 dumbbells, right? And we're gonna work our core and our arms together. Thank goodness, right? So what you're gonna do here, you're gonna have your legs in tabletop. We're gonna do 3 presses, then you're gonna do 3 bicycle legs. And look, your legs are staggered. You're gonna go 3 presses, 3 bicycle legs, okay? Yeah, you get the point. If on the bicycle legs, if you feel like you need to put 1 foot down, you can, okay? So start in tabletop. Okay, go ahead. We got 3 presses. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. Hold those weights up. We kick our legs 1, 2, 3. Freeze frame those legs. Now we press for 1, 2, 3. Hold our weights up. Press or kick our legs for 3, and we press for 3. Okay, so go at a pace that feels good to you. Okay, remember you're staggering those legs, right? If you need to have 1 foot down when you're holding, you can, right? Protect that back. Do what you need to do. Okay, we got a minute like this. So hopefully you've already been going, right? I think so. Okay, nice and controlled. Okay, keep on moving through. Going in a count that feels good to you, right? Don't keep up with me. You don't want to go by my count anyways. I can't count to 3 probably, so. Okay, nice and controlled. Just focus on what you're doing. Focus on your control. Focus on your core, okay? All right, we're almost there. Darn it, I know. You're like, I want to do this one all day. Okay, so we're going to go 1 more kicks of 3. So here's 1, 2, 3. 1 more chest press set. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and you're going to relax, right? And we're still going to have both dumbbells, right? Because we already have them, might as well keep them. That's the rule, okay? So starting with our weights down by our sides, you're going to have palms facing in. You're pressing into your bridge, pressing up, and coming back, okay? That's where we're going to start. That's all I'm going to tell you. I don't want you to get too excited. Ready? And go. So we're up and up, down and down, right? Up and up, down and down. So we want our palms facing each other because we're going to work those triceps. Of course we are. On this next motion, hold that bridge. You're going to march. So 1 leg and then the other. Okay, so we're just holding our weights there, right? We're going to go 1 more to each leg. Okay, now you're going to bring your left leg into tabletop, and your right arm only is going to go up and down for 5. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right arm stays up. We switch, right leg's up. Left leg is, our left arm is going for 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're just marching our leg again. So we're going to alternate here. Okay, you got the rhythm of what we're going to alternate between. We've got 5 more. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going left leg tabletop, right arm. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch those arms and legs. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're marching. We got 1 more set. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that right leg left. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we switch. Last thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Relaxing. Right? I'll relax. There you have it.